Welcome to This Is How We Create, a show that digs deeper into the creative life of contemporary artists of color. Discover what feeds their creativity and how they found or are finding their artistic voice. Through these intimate and candid conversations, you'll gain insights into the lives of creative professionals of color that are hard to find anywhere else. Hey, welcome back to this mini episode of This Is How We Create. My name is Martine Severin, your host. Today, we are going to talk about why maybe is holding you back and how you can fix it. Now, this has been one of the more popular pieces that I have written on our newsletter, Creative Matters. If you've ever found yourself in decision limbo, this episode is for you. We're going to dive into the game-changing Waffle Rule, which is a simple yet powerful hack to banish indecision and reclaim your time. Does that sound good or what? Well, I actually came up with the idea of writing about the Waffle Rule when I was awaiting Missy Elliott tour concert. I was seated on a padded seat at the Allstate Arena in Chicago. But first, let's bring it back to episode 82 of This Is How We Create, where we talk with Elsa Omri, a Tanzanian webflow designer who expressed how she prioritizes her zone of genius as a freelancer. And thinking about the decisions Elsa made to ensure the success of her design studio, my thoughts fell on this simple hack. That's, to quote Missy Elliott, super duper fly. But what if I told you that indecision is a form of decision making, right? We don't expect that, but a lot of times when we don't make a decision, we are indeed making a decision. So the Waffle Rule, which has nothing to do with the hot and yummy brunch fare, is the fast track to reclaiming time, removing doubt from life. And the Waffle Rule will help differentiate between fruitless indecisions, hesitation, and thoughtful deliberation. Say you have a busy month of activities and deliverables. Your phone buzzes, a text comes in, and a friend invites you to a party tomorrow evening. Going out sounds fun. But right now, your heart isn't into conversing with other people. And honestly, you're kind of tired and you want a night to relax. Who knows? You might actually get 8 hours of sleep for once. So the question you have for yourself, should you stay in? Your comfy sweats are likely calling your name. Should you go out? Do you even have anything clean to wear? You should really decline, which is what you really want to do. Instead, you send the text saying, maybe, I don't know. Does this sound familiar? If this sounds familiar, then the Waffle Rule is pretty simple. If you are unsure about which decision to make, your default answer should be it should be no. Because in the past, you've probably made countless decisions with no hesitations, right? That's because when a decision or when a topic truly aligns with your values, with your deepest wishes, with your goals, you just do not waffle. A decision that doesn't cause friction is a hell to the yeah. But hesitation is a clue. Sometimes seeking clarity is like turning on the radio in your car. When you hit the right station, the music comes through and it's all so good. But when you are in between stations, there's this itchy static that hisses through the speakers. When you waffle, you are in between stations. You are choosing static instead of your desired station. So just to recap, the right station equals hell yes, and static and interference equals waffling, which equals oh no. You know the feeling of getting stuck in long traffic delays? Well, turns out your brain does not like maybes because maybes increase cognitive load. In essence, a large part of your working memory is spent thinking about whether or not you should say yes or no. Aligned decisions leave you in a better mood. It reduces stress, it increases self-esteem, and improves your focus. Now, we're going to talk about how to use the waffle rule for big decisions. And you're likely thinking, what about these big decisions? Since when you're waffling, you're unlikely unsure of your choice. The waffle rule can be really valuable for major life decisions. So, when faced with life changing choices, our intuition often speaks loudly. If you're waffling about getting married, if you're waffling about changing careers or moving to a new city, it might indicate that you're not fully committed or even excited about the prospect. These decisions should come with a sense of certainty or excitement, even if there's some natural anxiety involved. Especially if you want to get married or if you're dating someone, you're with someone, and you're like, I'm not sure. Waffle Rule. Now, we see the Waffle Rule in action in episode 83 of This Is How We Create when we talk with photographer Anastassia Withey. Anastassia is a master of creating deep connections with her subjects, and she talked to us about leaving her day job. Essentially, Stasi says that I knew my mental health was deteriorating working there, her past job, and I had to make a decision. What was I going to do? Let this job go or let it take full control of me? And I realized that there came to a point where I just couldn't do it anymore. I ended up in the hospital. And that was the point where I was just like, okay, I can't do this anymore. So I had to let it go. So Anastasia had to quit her job. Now, the waffle rule doesn't mean that you should go around making snap judgments. Instead, it highlights when your hesitation is telling you something really important. It encourages you to dig deeper into why you're really uncertain. Your hesitation may also reveal crucial insights about your true desires and your true values. So, in essence, the waffle rule is not a replacement for thoughtful decision making. It's really a tool to make the decision process more effective and aligned with your true feelings and your values. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes the decisions we need to make are painful. As in the case with Anastasia, a sense of purpose and joy comes at the heel of making tough decisions. In our world of creativity and a lot of moving pieces, clarity is so important. The waffle rule is your way to trust your judgment and use hesitation to level up. See what I did there? See what I did there? We're going back to the Missy Elliott references. But let's talk about putting the waffle rule into practice. As you go through your work week, when you find yourself not making quick decisions, ask yourself, am I waffling? Now, I got you. I got you if you're looking for kind of a framework. I have a 5-step plan that you can access to help you build your no muscle. And you can find that framework in the show notes. My family throws around the phrase, are you waffling? Just so that we can remind each other to make speedy decisions when it matters. Now, let me tell you, it's a little annoying to be lectured by a tween, my little tween. But that said, every day we get better. I get better at making decisions, making quick decisions that really aren't life or death. So that's it for now, my friend. Stay creative, and we'll see you on the next episode of This Is How We Create. If you like this episode, we have lots of really great frameworks that you can access through our Substack newsletter, Creative Matters. Check it out. All of the information is in the show notes. Hi there. I have a quick favor to ask you before you go. If you're loving the show, would you mind taking a quick second to leave us a 5-star review on your favorite go-to podcast app? Here's the thing. Those reviews are like magic fairy dust. They help other creatives of color discover our show and tap into their own artistic superpowers. While you're at it, why not subscribe to our Substack newsletter, Creative Matters? Creative Matters is like a weekly dose of inspiration delivered straight to your inbox. You can find the link to subscribe in the show notes. All right, that's all that I have for you today. I can't wait to see you on the next episode.